Vanessa. You're watching CBS7 First Alert News at 9 on the CW West Texas.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for CBS7 News on the CW, and thanks to those of you joining us live from the CBS7 YouTube. I'm Laura Munt and we start tonight tracking crime. This morning, court records provided details on a deadly crash involving high speeds. Affidavits for Benjamin Kyle Meese, the driver charged, showed he was driving more than 100 miles per hour before a crash that left another driver dead. On June 7th, around 9:30 a.m., police say that Meese was traveling up to 124 miles an hour during a test drive of a 2021 Dodge Challenger. Crash data showed that the vehicle was at a 100% throttle before the crash on East University and Oakwood. A driver of a Honda Accord was ejected from the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. The Dodge Challenger passenger was seriously injured and taken to the hospital. Police say that Meese ran from the scene.
Honda Accord was traveling west, attempting to turn south onto Oakwood. The Dodge Challenger was traveling eastbound at a high rate of speed, and they collided, but speed was determined to be the factor in this case. So as a result, again, he was charged with 4 felonies.
Those charges include aggravated assault, failure to stop and render aid, manslaughter, and an accident involving death. But LaSwear says we can all learn a lesson. Just slow down. We've seen it way too often. Just one fatal crash is too many. A life's been taken. We take every one of these very serious, and it just seems to be sometimes on a regular basis. And again, one life is too much. LaSwear added that everyone charged is innocent until proven guilty, and the case is now in the hands of the court. And in Big Spring, an arrest has been made in the deadly hit and run that we told you about earlier this week. 35-year-old Brandon Hildebrand is now charged with accident involving death for failure to stop and give aid after hitting a man with his truck on June 8th. The victim was 31-year-old Daniel White, who police say was walking home with a friend when he was hit by a dark-colored pickup truck. White was dead when police arrived. Hildebrand was arrested this morning after an investigation determined that he was the driver of the truck. And staying in Big Spring, where police are looking for these thieves who were caught on camera. Early Tuesday morning, police say that these two broke into the Quickies on Highway 80. Police believe that the suspects are familiar with the store because they knew how to break the lock and even knew where the money was hidden. They didn't think that these two are employees, but that an employee may have tipped them off. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 432-263-8477. And a scam alert back in Midland. The police are warning you about a scam call where someone claims to be an interim police chief, Greg Snow. The scammer says that you've got a warrant that you need to pay. Now, this is a scam. Midland police say that they do not call the public about warrants or payments, and they remind you to be careful and don't give your personal information to any of these callers. And take a look at this. If you're in Andrews, you might have seen this unidentified flying object in the sky earlier this evening. Well, CBS7 has identified this as a high-altitude weather balloon. I'm joined here now with Chief Meteorologist Tom Teefer-Teller to talk a little bit about exactly a weather balloon does. Tom?
Weather balloons, measure atmospheric conditions, talking about temperature, dew point, winds up in the atmosphere. They give kind of a 3D view of the atmosphere and really help forecast models. And what we were looking at tonight was either the weather balloon out of Albuquerque launched by the National Weather Service, and I know there's also been some balloons being launched by NASA from the UTPB campus. So again, you'll probably see some of those things out there across the area. Now, taking a look at our radar view, not too many balloons, but a few scattered showers, thunder showers across portions of southern Chavez County. A little more activity back in the mountain areas, but everything's really starting to wind down. This kind of holding together, but now that the sun is setting, expecting it to wind down a little bit. As we take a look at high temperatures for today, rather hot, up to 100 over towards the city of Midland, 101 in Big Spring, triple digits in the Andrews area, even hotter out towards Monahans, Wink, Pecos up to 105 and 108 in Presidio. There's a look at some of that thunder shower activity all the way back into portions of New Mexico. Temperatures haven't cooled off a lot, still hanging on to the 90s for many locations. with triple digits along the Rio Grande, and humidity levels are coming back up. So you can feel it in the air out there, as we are seeing again a little discomfort associated with that. It's all thanks to the southeast winds bringing in that hint of Gulf moisture. It's going to keep temperatures up overnight tonight, only dropping down into the lower 70s across the area. And it looks like more hot weather on the way all the way through Father's Day.
Thank you, Tom. And it was actually pretty good weather today to honor George H.W. Bush's 100th birthday. The Bush family home state historic site hosted a birthday party today. Let's take a look. There was music, a barbecue cookout, and more. The party also had a crazy sock contest to honor George H.W. Bush. That's because after leaving the White House, George H.W. began to wear fun socks, choosing bold patterns and bright colors to liven up his suits. There was a station for attendees to make their own crazy socks for the chance to win a couple prizes. Coming up at 10 p.m., Isabella Garriga joins us with more on the celebration. And to help commemorate President H.W. Bush's 100th birthday, the Bush Library and Museum put together an exhibit to show the connection to President Bush had to Aggieland. Our sister station at KBTX has the story.
There are a lot of new things to see and do at the Bush Library and Museum, and along with it, a new person in charge of it all.
So I spent my career in museums.
Dawn Hammond is the new director. She spent the past 6 years as director of the Dwight D. Eisenhower Presidential Library and Museum in Abilene, Kansas. There she led the 22-acre campus through a multi-million-dollar renovation. She's now tasked to keep that momentum moving forward here in Aggieland.
One of my areas of expertise, which seems really strange to say, is building new museums and building new exhibits. So this sort of activity level maybe is something that I'm used to and I sort of thrive in. Everybody's super excited about the new building and the exhibits that are going in the new building for the train and the helicopter. We're really excited to be able to share that with our community.
The National Archives announced Hammett's appointment in December. The role was previously held by Warren Finch from 2004 until his retirement in December of 2022. The Bush Library opened in College Station in 1997. Hammett says moving forward, the museum and library will play an important role in educating future generations.
Our K-12 education department here at the Bush Library is totally rethinking all of the K-12 programs, opportunities that we have available with a civics education through line maybe. And so if you're an educator out there, look for new programs to be launched for the fall semester.
Turning now to some education news here in West Texas, Pecos-Barstow-Toya ISD Superintendent Brent Jaco was named the 2024 Region 18 Superintendent of the Year, an award sponsored by the Texas Association of School Boards. Jaco has 26 years of experience in public education and has served as PBTISD Superintendent since 2020. Today, Jaco said he was surprised and honored to receive the award, and that being a superintendent is his best job yet.
But it's been the best position because the decisions that we make as a team and that I ultimately finalize impact thousands of students for generations to come. And so, being able to pass those two bonds and get those across the finish line, so to say, and do that will be a game changer for this community. And I'm glad to be a part of that and be the leader here in the district.
During his time at PBTISD, he's helped to pass a combined $652 million in bonds in 2021 and 2023. He's also worked closely with elected officials on public education as well as improved safety and academics across his district. This annual award has been given to a strong leader since 1984. And Diamondback Energy has hired interns for their Summer Earn and Learn program. This program is an opportunity for students with disabilities to earn work readiness training and paid work experience. Diamondback, in partnership with Texas Workforce Solutions, wants to provide students and a job coach with valuable employment skills. They'll greet clients, fill stock, work on expense reports, take inventory, and fill out spreadsheets. The goal is to increase their confidence and help them develop their skills.
We want our students to know that they are capable of holding down a job, going to college, just like any student that is served through MISD. We want them to know that they have value and that they are capable of more than what they thought that they were capable.
Currently, Diamondback has 3 interns, but there are plans to have a partnership with Project Search and Midland Memorial Hospital to be a sister site. And happening this weekend, calling all animal lovers and advocates near Odessa. If you want to show you care about stray pets or write to city leaders, Best Friends Animal Society is hosting a day of action in Odessa. It's part of the Society's Odessa Deserves Better campaign, and people can write letters to city leaders, take photos with pets, meet other animal advocates, or take home a rescue pet for free. Best Friends Animal Society wants the city to accept help from them.
We know that the community wants this change too. So that's our main goal, is to kind of urge city leaders to make change in local policies and to save lives.
The stray pet population is high throughout the area, and according to a nationwide survey, only about 38% of animals from Odessa Animal Services went to new homes in 2023. The rest were euthanized. To participate, you can head to Torchy's Tacos on 5th Street from 10 a.m. to 1 o'clock this Saturday. And still ahead, Salvation Army of Odessa reopened today after some renovations. We'll take a look at all their upgrades up next. Earlier today, the Salvation Army of Odessa held a ribbon cutting at the grand reopening, of the newly renovated shelter in Odessa. The new Salvation Army shelter in Odessa now has a capacity of 40 beds, 2 family rooms, and can accommodate 15 additional cots. While the shelter acts as a safe place for the homeless to stay and transition to more permanent housing, members of the Salvation Army also hope to give a sense of community.
Because not only do we have homeless male and female clients, we have homeless families staying here. So it's important that they can feel safe, loved, wanted, and hear about the love of Jesus.
The shelter reopened back in December, but today's ceremonial opening was so Odessans could tour the building and see how the shelter works to aid the homeless in Odessa.
Well, we are going to be looking at, again, plenty of heat this summer in West Texas, and it's going to live up to its name here for the next few days. We'll talk about Father's Day weekend coming up next.
Now, from the CBS7 First Alert Weather Center, here's Chief Meteorologist Tom Tiefertiller.
Well, let's take a look outside on a live iCam in Odessa. The only thing going on is a few thunder showers across portions of New Mexico. This is between here and Roswell. It is across portions of southeastern Chavez County. We'll take a look at it on the radar and show you. That's what we're looking at right there, trying to enter northern Eddy County, but I think it's on the downward trend, as we'll see. Now the sun is set, a lot of the energy for these showers and thunder showers really start to wind down. Watching some stuff though across the Texas Panhandle. It's going to try to move off to the south and east, but I don't think it's going to have enough to make it into West Texas, even though we do have a good north to south flow in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That high pressure is really starting to move in, so I think it's going to squelch a lot of this before anything happens. And there you can see the stuff trailing out of Kansas into the Texas Panhandle, moving in around the Amarillo area, and it trickles back down across portions of New Mexico, but it is on a downward trend. So I think we're just about done with anything. We're not going to see any rain out of that. Rambling on about that, the heat's the biggest story. Temperatures right now trying to cool off over the triple digits we saw today across many locations in West Texas. Still 101 in El Paso, where temperatures topped out about 110 degrees earlier today. Now the futurecast, really not showing anything other than maybe a few leftover clouds trying to trickle in across parts of the Permian Basin. But tomorrow afternoon, though, see the same areas in the mountains start to develop a few scattered showers and thunder showers and try to move off to the east and southeast, as we are going to have this southeasterly wind bring in some Gulf moisture, so that could give rise to an isolated shower, thunder shower, mainly into the mountain areas. I think everything's going to stay west and north of the Permian Basin here over the next couple of days. Rest of tonight, again, southeast winds are going to bring in a little moisture, make it feel uncomfortable, as temperatures will be into the lower 70s out there overnight tonight and tomorrow. More of the same, as we'll see temperatures into the mid to upper 90s, even triple digits out towards Monahans and Pecos. Hottest will be along the Rio Grande. Presidio is going to be up to 107 degrees. And here's your CBS 7 First Alert exclusive 10-day forecast showing things hot and dry through Father's Day and into next week. So if you're planning something outdoors, make sure you take Dad to the pool or something like that, because it is going to be rather hot for Dad's Day coming up on Sunday.
Still ahead, we're telling you about a football player who's making his return to the field after 3 years. Talking some local sports now, we've been talking about it all week, the FCA All-Star Games. These athletes get to play the sport that they love one more time. And that's amazing, but let me tell you about one more story, one more chapter, one more game. Something Braden Kent never thought he would get.
I got diagnosed in September 8th of 2021 with leukemia, and I was cancer-free and rang the bell early January of 2024.
Braden Kent played football at Iran High School until he received the unfortunate news that the cancer would prevent him from playing football after his first game of his sophomore season.
When they told me I couldn't play football anymore, to me that was worse news than getting told I had cancer.
Though Braden couldn't play football, it did not stop him from staying involved with the team and remaining close to his friends.
Me and Braden, we met in second grade. We became really good friends. And, we played junior high together. We played freshman year together.
Iran knew how much Braden loved football and how much it hurt for him to not be able to play. And yet his commitment to the team never wavered.
Well, my sophomore year when I got diagnosed, I had to miss the whole school year, but my junior and senior year, I got to travel with the team. They still let me wear my jersey, and I would just be on the sidelines helping any way I can.
Every time he could be there, he was always there supporting. Even when he didn't feel like it, even if he felt super sick, he was always there because that's where he wanted to be.
He was more than just a friend and a teammate. He was kind of like a brother. He made it like himself a brother to me.
Braden finished his high school career from the sidelines, but early in the year, he received the good news that he was cancer-free. He still yearned for football, and an opportunity presented itself in the form of his faith.
So at Fields of Faith in November, we met Braden Kent, and Braden shared his testimony of being a cancer survivor. Man, it was a powerful story. And he came up to me afterwards and he said, all that I want to do is play football one more time. And he said, can you make that happen through the FCA All-Star Game? I said, well, if your coach nominates you, man, we're in. And sure enough, he was the first nomination that came across my desk.
And so, Braden will get one last game on the field, one last time running out, and this time knowing he will play.
I'm beyond excited to see him get to play again. I know his family, my family, the whole Iran family is too.
So, just seeing him back on the field, it means a lot. And I know it means a lot to him too.
I'm sure it'll be pretty emotional. I'll try to hide it a little bit and try to focus on whatever I'm asked to do. But I'm just blessed to be here and blessed to be where I'm at and to be able to play football one more time.
And the first ever All-Star Week golf tournament began today. Yesterday, CBS7 sports director Jair Brooks Davis caught up with players and learned about what it means to be selected to participate.
We've been talking about it since March, and now it's finally here, and I couldn't be more excited.
Whenever I got the invite, I was like, how could I not accept it? It's a huge honor.
I remember my coach really calling me, asking me if I would play in it, and I told him yeah, and I remember being excited because, it sounds like a fun time, so I was excited for it.
Outside of playing golf, there is a reason why some golfers are excited about the overall FCA experience.
Making new friends and growing in my faith, because I feel like that's the most important thing about this, and to take it with me when I go off to college.
Some golfers participating in this year's events will play at the next level. They look at this opportunity as a way to prepare themselves to play in front of a new audience in the next chapter of their lives.
I feel like it'll give me a good experience and preparation. I'm gonna meet new coaches, and I'm gonna want to show off to a lot of different people that I don't know, and just getting the interaction with new coaches and coaches that I don't always talk to. I think it'll be really good for preparing me for that.
And the FCA All-Star Football Game is this Saturday at Ratliff Stadium. If you can't make it to the FCA All-Star Football Game, don't worry. We'll be streaming the whole game live, exclusively on KWWT My 30, with play-by-play commentary from our very own sports anchors, Jair Brooks Davis and Jensen Young. All right, Tom, before we go, one of the country's most iconic rock bands is headed to Las Vegas for a residency this fall. Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, the Eagles, will hit the stage at the Sphere 8 times in September and October. Pre-sale tickets will be available starting June 18th, and general sales begin on June 21st. A hotel and ticket bundle and several VIP packages will also be available, and you can visit eagles.com for show tickets and dates.
I'm sure it's already sold out.
Oh, I'm sure. We haven't even started in there.
As soon as we said that, sold out, okay, so.
I'd like to go. I think the Sphere is a really cool new addition to Vegas, and it does seem really interesting.
Looks neat from the outside, I'll tell you that.
It does. I just want to go and look at it.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't have to go to the Eagles.
Vegas has been rather hot dealing with this area. High pressure is causing the heat here. Well, that's going to continue to be the case here. It's going to be hot through Father's Day.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it, actually, with lots of time at the pool. Thanks for joining us for CBS7 News at 9 and the CW. We've got more news coming up tonight at 10.